A very good evening to one and all. It's my honor itself to honor this beautiful audience and our prestigious speakers. I, Ruby Gill, with great joy and immense exultation, extend my warm welcome on the behalf of Lovely Professional University for today's webinar on the topic Current Trends in Civil, Mechanical and Aerospace Engineering. But before we commence, I would like to introduce speakers of the day. It's my privilege to welcome the man of distinct vision and fountainhead of illuminating ideas, an idol of knowledge and experience, and an inspiration to all of us, Dr. Laviraj Gupta, the Pro Vice Chancellor, Lovely Professional University. He is a leading light in the field of technical and higher education in the country. His research-focused approach and an insightful, innovative intervention of technology in education has won him much applause and laurels. He holds a PhD in bioinformatics. He did his MTech in computer-aided design and interactive graphics from IIT Kanpur and BE Honours Mechanical Engineering from MITS Gwalior. Having flair for endless learning, he has done more than 50 plus certifications and specializations online on IoT, augmented reality, gamification, machine learning from University of California at Irvine, Wharton School, University of Pennsylvania, Deep Learning AI, and Google Machine Learning Group. His research interests are in the areas of robotics, mechatronics, bioinformatics, Internet of Things, AI, and ML using TensorFlow and gamification. In 2001, he was appointed as Assistant Controller, Ministry of IT, Government of India by Honorable President of India in the Office of Controller of Certifying Authorities. In 2013, he was accorded with the role in the National Advisory Board for What Can I Give mission, Kalam Foundation of Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam. In 2011, he received the MIT Technology Review Grand Challenge Award, followed by the coveted Infosys Infi Makers Award in the year 2016. Recently, he collaborated in research projects with Stanford University. He has also been nominated as the chairman of ASSOCHAM North Region Council for Innovation. He is a sports enthusiast, having flair to amalgamate data points from sports with algorithms for performance assessment and predictive analytics. He has authored 7 books on IoT, mobile robotic platforms, biomedical sensors, and machine learning and data analytics. He has, to his credit, 150 plus patents, 100 plus published, and 10 granted Indian and Australian. Some of them are in the areas as diverse as Bag-O Moto, a unique foldable commutable board in a bag which can be carried anywhere. Powerless lift mechanism, an elevator system working without electrical power for lifting. Sit-Away, the posture proctor. Kavach, an IoT-based wearable device to maintain social distancing to prevent COVID virus. He has 4 granted copyrights, and this list goes on and on. So, sir, you have made all of us proud of your distinguished work in numerous capacities. Thank you so much for providing your gracious presence to join us today.
Thank you.
Further, we have with us the most appropriate person to take up the discussion about admission process at LPU. I welcome Ms. Rachna Bajaj, Senior Assistant, Lovely Professional University. She will provide you a detailed information about eligibility, fee scholarship, and infrastructure of the university. So attendees, be with us till the end of the session as you will be saving a lot of money after hearing her. Thank you so much, ma'am, for joining. So with this, over to you, sir, for the content of the day.
Thank you, Ms. Gill. Am I audible?
Yes, sir, you are.
And is my presentation visible?
Yes, sir.
So, what I am going to do in coming 20-25 minutes is I'm going to talk about how technology, how engineering has changed from previous times to the times as of today, how the evolution of technology has changed. This all of you need to understand, because if you want to become an engineer of tomorrow, you need to understand that how technology, how engineering has evolved from its very basic shape till today. Because until and unless you understand this evolution, you'll not be able to foresee how it is going to get translated as technology for future. So that is why my dialogue and discussion will be to give you a gist on how technology has evolved. Then I'll be talking about what at LPU is there in store for you, so that you can abreast that evolution and create yourself ready, make yourself ready for the future technologies. Let's begin actually. If you see my screen right now, the technology has evolved in such a way that people used to push big, huge blocks of stone from one place to another, and the kind of effort which was required was too much. Then, by virtue of the common sense, they understood that rather than having it sliding over the surface, wherein the area of contact with the surface is higher, and the kind of friction which is being overcome while pushing was sliding friction. So they used logs of wood for their ease, so that the block is now slid over the logs of wood, reducing the area coming in contact and the friction getting from sliding friction to rolling friction. This led to the development of first form of wheel, and this led the development of spoke oriented wheels, which were in one time one of the best forms of moving objects, individuals, from one place to another. And now you see that these are the very, very advanced kind of development which has happened from sliding a log to the wheels being used for spacecrafts, or wheels being used for aircrafts, huge aircrafts. This is how evolution has happened in technology. The evolution also happened. I'll give you another example of evolution. To note or to measure the time, people started with sundials. Then they moved on to water clocks, they moved on to sand clocks, and then they built wall clocks which were based on gear mechanism system. They miniaturized this wall clock so that it can be worn on wrist and the time can be seen. They didn't stop here. They actually created a device which presently is in this form, and this device has got just one of the capabilities of displaying the time, but has got loads of other capabilities of of capturing the biological or clinical parameters of an individual, keeping track of the health oriented parameters of individual. It is not stopping here. It is really not stopping here, and people are talking about advancements like this. Now see, a mechanical engineer or a civil engineer will have to actually move by these kind of evolutions, and has to come to this level of evolution. There is whole load of participation in this device and this device. There is whole load of participation in this device and this device for pertaining to pertaining to the development of mechanical devices, because these are all mechanical devices, combination of mechanical and mechanical as well as civil oriented structure devices. Let's see the first revolution, which is called as Industry Revolution 4.0, 1.0, happened when people or humans they started using water and steam to mechanize the production. Before this revolution, which is the Industry 1.0 revolution, it was all by virtue of hand and human efforts. Things were happening, but now what is happening is after Industry Revolution 1.0, people started using steam and water to produce. The second revolution happened when people or humans started using electricity for production. The third revolution happened when the production got automated using electronics and information technology put together. But now, in the present era, we are in the era of Industry 4.0. This Industry 4.0 is by virtue of digitalization of production. Anything which is being produced is under the aegis of digitalization, automation exchange, and data exchange is happening. And this all is because of a concept called as cyber physical systems. A mechanical engineer or a civil engineer should be capable of designing cyber physical systems. A gearbox which is capable of computing some kind of data and is connected to the net. Or civil engineering should or civil engineers should have the capability of designing infrastructures which have the ability of computing within themselves so that they can check their health as an infrastructure or as a structure, and then communicate with individuals if the health gets deteriorated. This is where the new forms of mechanical and civil engineering would come into picture. I'll talk something about what are the kind of advancements are happening around you. There are smart homes, the homes in which the walls are smart, the carpentry or the maybe entrance is smart. The healthcare is the new form of smartness which has come into our lives during these COVID-19 times. The highways are smart. Even the highways built by civil engineers of today or civil engineers of tomorrow would have the capability of assessing the density of vehicles, and based on the density of the vehicles, the duration of red light and green light would change. There is a whole load of smart agriculture all around us, which is encompassing and engrossing mechanical and civil engineering together. The geographical information systems or GIS are supporting agriculture like anything. You've got smart cars, you've got hybrid vehicles, you've got smart devices. Even a toothbrushes can be now smart to capture the pattern of your toothbrushing and whether the duration of toothbrushing would save you from the toothaches or something like that. A perfect example of this advancement, specifically in terms of civil and mechanical engineering, is represented over here. It's known as Hyperloop. You might have heard about this Hyperloop. Hyperloop is no more a comic fiction. It is now being finally tested to run. It runs on the best of the structures, the smartest of the structures, and the kind of velocity by which it runs is given up by maglev kind of thing, which is a mechanical form of it. So there is a whole load of understanding in the Hyperloop of engineering of future. And what happens in engineering at LPU is that we think future. That is why we build intradisciplinary or transdisciplinary research domains. A mechanical engineer would join hands with computer science to design smart, maybe automobiles. A civil engineering student can join hands with the electronics students to design IoT oriented homes. As I was mentioning, smart homes. We think of technology shift, thus we have got advanced labs. We have shaken hands with the masters of the industry like for building information modeling, for hybrid vehicles, for automation with companies like Siemens, with companies like Technostruct. We think expectation. Thus, we provide you the best of the faculty, which are completely ready for future. We think careers. That is why whole load of industry participation is now there for giving you that flavor of industry's expectation during your classes. We think beyond. Thus, you will be encountering lots and lots of experiential learning courses. In the very first semester of yours, there'll be a course in which you are actually going to do some experiments on your own and create objects and projects, so that you have the first-hand feel of how mechanical engineers and civil engineers of tomorrow are going to work. All in all, we let you think smart. While we are letting you think smart, the kind of infrastructure which supports you, we have got advanced manufacturing labs with VMCs, CNCs, EDMs. We've got advanced machine shops. We even have, for aerospace students, we have subsonic wind tunnel facility and whatnot. Thus, the students look into the think smart kind of infrastructure and the thoughtfulness of future. Have won awards like STEM award by NASA or aerospace engineering gold medals they have won. They have designed lots and lots of projects like fabrication of attachment of manual wheelchair, solar powered car and whatnot. They have designed autonomous solar bus, a bus which runs on solar power but which is completely autonomous. This is a perfect example of mechanical engineering students getting enjoined with electronics, so that they build driverless solar bus. A student of civil and mechanical engineering, when they join hands with agriculture, they create farmer drones, which is capable of spraying pesticides or weedicides in the field. For civil engineering, we already have understood, and our students, they are kept abreast with various stages of development of civil engineering, from using crude tools to use of machines, then use of software. And I said, in the civil engineering 4.0, it is all about digitization. Thus, the expectation from civil engineering is completely different. We have got loads of laboratories, which are, as I said, advanced laboratories built in association with the industry, and a lot of software participation, a lot of involvement of yours would happen in softwares, because civil engineering of today and tomorrow is not just simply the design, is built around simulating an infrastructure before it is being built. So if it is going to fail, it is going to fail in simulation. We have loads of internship, loads of field visits for civil engineering students, and we focus on learning by doing. One of the examples, which is a perfect confluence of civil and mechanical engineering, is our Metal Magna, which is a 55-foot giant structure. The civil engineering students have designed this structure in various simulating and computer design softwares, and then it is fabricated by mechanical engineering students using all their learning and understanding of welding, of sheet metal and everything which they have learned. The cut above the rest at LPU is, we'll focus for you in learning by doing. We'll give you lots and lots of activities to be done so that you can learn a particular concept in the best possible way. Projects for you during your study of mechanical or civil engineering would be a key, because once you do projects, it will instill 3 basic capabilities and capacities in you. One is the learning from the book is getting translated in a tangible and a visible prototype. The second, you have the capacity and capability of working in teams. And 3, you learn out of all the challenges which you face during creating those projects. We will let you explore transdisciplinary domains. We'll ensure that your courses, your coordination, your interaction with other schools is too many. So A mechanical engineering student can talk to fashion designing student for designing a better sewing machine. A civil engineering student can talk to agriculture students so that they can design a better control tower to keep the animals out the field. We'll let you participate in lots of international and national events so that you understand on your own the technology shift, where the technology is shifting, how the people are proposing solutions to the challenges faced all across. LPU students, they bring laurels, be it Smart India Hackathon, be it NASA's event, be it Aerospace, Aeronautics Society's events, because they are ready for the future, not just simply today. We let you build your strong digital presence because all your projects you'll push it into your social media. That'll bring your strong digital presence. And finally, we will give you an ability and capability to co-create the magic, which is the need of the hour. I welcome you to this world of Think Big. And if we are thinking big, then only we'll be able to do big. And when we are able to do big, then only we'll be able to achieve big. I welcome you to this world of Think Big. I'm open for any kind of question and answer. Ms. Rubigal, please.
Thank you so much, sir, for such an informative and insightful presentation. So there are a few queries by the students. Can we take up those queries?
Sure. Please go ahead.
So there's a question from Raj Chaudhary. He wants to inquire about what is the average package in aerospace engineering.
See, whenever a student asks me about the average package, I always talk about law of averages. Do not get stuck into law of averages. What I might state as a average package today would not be suited as an average package when you graduate. Earlier, 10 lakh rupees package was an average package. Now students of LPU are gathering in numbers 63 lakh rupees of package. So where do we stop? Where do we create that thin line of creating an average? The average package would be defined and decided by how much you have participated in learning by doing, how much projects you have done, and sky's the limit. You cannot define an average package. You cannot define that, say for example, one of you is picked up by SpaceX in aerospace. The kind of package you are going to get will be an outlier, which can devastatingly change the averages. So don't go by the law of averages. Just follow your dream. And why just simply look to the average package? You'll get the best of the package which the industry is offering.
Thank you so much, sir. So there's another question from Shubham Kaswan. He wants to inquire about that how the excitement is brought in laboratory sessions, especially in fab labs.
Say that again. The excitement is brought in what?
Excitement is brought in labs, especially in fab labs.
See, laboratories, we at LPU are very clear that we do not work on kits. You'll have to actually design, or you'll have to work with the basic design of the experiment. There is no spoon feeding which is going to happen. And this is one of the most exciting things which happens at LPU in labs, that you are not spoon fed. You are not supposed to just turn the knob left, turn the knob right, and nothing is there to learn. You'll be actually designing a knob and you'll be defining whether it is to be turned to left or to the right. And that is the way beyond excitement. And the kind of learning which you're going to get is humongous.
Thank you so much, sir. So there's another question from Rahul that I am a project guy. He has built a lot in projects of his own. Now, how LPU can support and guide him further?
Oh, LPU, if you have done a lot of projects in your school, LPU is the true green field for you. Because here, since the very first semester, all the projects which you have done, you can go and sit in the innovation studio where people will be there to handhold your ideas. And maybe possibly in the very first year, you design a prototype or a proof of concept, which becomes patentable. We are going to focus quite a lot on IPR generations. So whatsoever projects you have done in past, or the projects which you're going to do in your experiential learning courses, in your regular courses with labs focus and impetus upon, uh, we are going to handhold till the startup level and funding level. We've got the entire infrastructure readily available for all of you.
So now I would like to request our admission expert, kindly please tell us all about admission process and the infrastructure of the university. After that, we'll take few another questions from this attendees.
Sure, ma'am. It would be great if you can give me the rights, screen sharing rights.
Sure. Yes, ma'am. Over to you.
Okay. So I will just, yeah, I hope my screen is visible and the slides are fine.
Yes, yes, it is.
Yeah. Thank you so much. So good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon to all the attendees who are present with us here today. I hope you all are doing fine and safe at your home. So I'll be just quickly sharing the glimpse of the university which you will be joining this year or most probably in the coming years. So first up in the list, we have LPU students who brought laurels to India by creating history when 12 out of 13 LPU students won Olympic medals in Tokyo Olympics. Next, moving ahead with some of the campus life and exposure offered. So as a student, make sure that you enjoy your campus life and gain as much as exposure you can, because you will be studying in these classrooms and learning from the exposure you will be gaining. So I'll be just quickly showing you a few of the Nobel laureates with whom our students have interacted. First up in the list, we have 106th Indian Science Congress with the focal theme Future India, Science and Technology, which was inaugurated by Honorable Prime Minister of India, Shri Narendra Modi ji. Next, we had Nobel laureate Dalai Lama ji for the 5th convocation at LPU. We also had former President of India, late Shri Pranab Mukherjee, for the convocation twice at LPU. Further, we had former Union Minister, late Shri Arun Jaitley, for inauguration of LPU Startup School. We also had Gaur Gopal Das ji. He interacted with the students and guided them about life and shared some motivational speeches with our students. Some heartthrobs, some familiar faces. We had Shah Rukh Khan, we had Deepika Padukone for the promotion of Chennai Express. We had Sonam Kapoor for the promotion of Khoobsurat. Coke Studio was organized at LPU, where Amit Trivedi interacted with our students. We also had MS Dhoni at campus. So now let's talk about the infrastructure, the labs, the auditoriums, the stadiums which we have in our campus, and how you can avail these facilities. So this is an inside view of our central library. I would like to mention that this library is a 9-storied library with approximately 20 lakh books for our students. And not just this, students also have access to these books in online mode as well. Further, an outside view of our amphitheatre. LPU has around 2 to 3 amphitheatres inside campus where several Nukkad Natak, theatres or skits take place. Let's take you inside our Shanti Devi Mittal Indoor Auditorium. Here I would like to mention that this auditorium has a capacity of around 2,500 seating, and not just this, it becomes the largest in this region. An outside view of our university mall. Let's take you inside this mall. I would like to mention that this mall has all the facilities, yes, except the theater. It has Domino's available inside, gym is available, stationery shop, be it related to a sweet shop or anything you talk about. Apart academics, we want our students to enjoy their campus life and have some leisure time. So for this, we have bowling area and several other games facilities for our students. A gymnasium, as mentioned earlier. Besides this, we also have a university hospital with 24-hour facility and ambulance facility available inside the university campus, be it eye specialists, general wards, physiotherapy facilities, dental facilities, etc. An outside view of our Shanti Devi Mittal Indoor Stadium with several sport facilities like a proper Olympic level swimming pool, 10 to 12 badminton courts for our students, shooting area, a beautiful picture clicked by one of our students, and a mesmerizing night view of our campus. So now let's talk about another aspect of our today's interaction, which is the practical exposure at LPU. Before moving to the eligibility and scholarship, I would just like to share some of the events which our students have participated. This is a glimpse of our students, the off-roading chapter of LPU's team Eligibility Racers, and they were also awarded best student team at the professional rally Road to Dakar. You can see car was designed by our students only. Next, I would just like to show a small video. I'm not sure if you can hear the audio of this. This is the video will show you the students working hard on their projects and how we offer students all the type of exposure, be it for mechanical, be it for aerospace or civil engineering. So this is FE cycle race, which was conducted at LPU campus, where students from different colleges and universities participated. Solo cars designed by our students. Yeah. So I hope that was interesting and you learned something from this. Now let's move ahead with another aspect, which is the fees, the scholarship, and how you can apply for admissions at LPU. So what you have to do is just simply visit our website, which is lpu.in, www.lpu.in, and on the top you can see an icon of admissions. So here you can see we have segregated all the programs as per the qualification. Let's say if you want to take admission in bachelor's, we have listed all the after 12th programs. Further, we have after graduation programs, we have after 10th diploma programs, and besides this, we also have after post-graduation programs if you want to enroll yourself in PhD or research programs. So let's say I'm interested in a bachelor's program. I'll just click on after 10th programs, and all the programs which are available at LPU will be right in front of you. So as today we have students from engineering background. So on the top you can see here we have engineering. And once you click on this, all the programs under engineering will be available in front of you. So let's say I'm interested in mechanical engineering, and it will list all the programs, be it industry collaborative or specialized program or international credit transfer option available. So I'll just click on this icon, and you can see here the eligibility. If I talk about the eligibility of this program, you require minimum 60% grade in your 12th with physics, maths, chemistry, and English as your compulsory subjects. Besides this, you also have to qualify LPU test exam, which is stated as National Entrance and Scholarship Test. Here, I would like to mention that this test is not only for eligibility, but it will also act as scholarship test. Moving ahead, you can see the placements, the ranking, the student achievements, the curriculum. Yes, for 4 years we have listed a brief of the curriculum. You can also go through this, the specializations, the open minors, pathway electives which you will be opting for. So now here comes the monetary aspect, the fees and scholarship. Although the without scholarship fees for this program was 1,20,000 per semester, but we have several scholarships on the basis of which you can avail such benefits. So first up in the list we have on the basis of your last two qualification, that is your 10th and 12th. Let's say if you have scored between 80 to 89% in your 10th or 12th, you will directly fall in category 3, that is of 30% scholarship, which will reduce your fees to 84,000 per semester. Further, if you scored even better, you score between 90 to 94.9% in your 10th or 12th, you will directly fall in category 2, that is of 40%, reducing your fees to 72,000 per semester. Last but not the least, if you scored 95% or above in your 10th or 12th, you will directly fall in category 1, that is of 50% scholarship, and your fees will be reduced to 60,000 per semester. Let's say if you couldn't score well in your 10th or 12th, you also have LPU next exam. It will be for 400 marks, and we have mentioned the cutoff as well. So in whichever cutoff you will fall, accordingly that particular scholarship will be applicable to you. Besides this, you can also explore some other scholarships which we are offering, because at the end, only one scholarship will be applicable in whichever you are getting the maximum benefit. So we also have scholarship on the basis of your JEE. This is a percentile which you require between 85 but less than 90, you will avail 30% scholarship. If it is 90 but less than 95, then 40%. Equal to or more than 95, it will be 50% scholarship. Other special scholarship, we also have special scholarship for toppers of education board. Once your 12th result has been declared, make sure you share your mark sheet with us. If you fall in the merit list, our team will verify it and let you know whether you are falling under this category. Further, we also have some financial aids. You can also share such details with your friends and relatives. We have financial aid for need-based, which covers scholarships for single girl child or single mothers, and etc. We have financial aid for retired defense, CAPF, paramilitary personnel, and their dependents. We have financial aid to orphans. We have financial aid to certain disabilities. Last but not the least, here we have listed the important dates. As you can see, the registrations are open. Last date for submission of LPU exam, the entrance internship test, is 25th of May. Further, your exam date will be between 15th to 31st May, and accordingly, your result will be declared on 6th June. And once your result has been declared, make sure that you proceed for your online counseling, because in which you have to fill your preference. Let's say your first preference becomes mechanical, then your second, third, and fourth, and upon. So for this, we have listed all the details and dates. In case if you have any queries, feel free to contact us. On the right side of the screen, we have listed our contact information. You can get in touch with us through the live video counseling option. You can get in touch with us through the schedule a call option. Our WhatsApp team is available for you. And we also have our helpline numbers for you right on our website. Last, I'll just compile it with one more important thing. We keep conducting such webinars. We have already conducted and we will be conducting. If you want to get yourself registered for more such webinars and you want to go through the past webinars, on the top, again, just click on admissions. And on the left side, we have this icon of LPU's Edu-Fair webinars. And a new tab will open where you can see our upcoming webinars and our past webinars. So next on 17th May, we have Masters in Computer Applications at LPU. Just click on register and you will be good to go. So Ruby ma'am, the screen is yours now. I have shared all the basic details with our students, and in case if they have any queries, we are open with questions. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Rachna ma'am, for giving us an insight view of the university and detailed information about the admission process. Thank you so much. Now we'll take a few queries from the attendees. So, sir, there is a question from Sameer Dhanse. He wants to know that where do you think is aerospace industry headed in next 10 years? Will be able to see fully automated flight?
You'll not be able to see. People have already experienced the fully automated flight, and not in the troposphere kind of thing. Exosphere, people have taken SpaceX, Blue Origin, and Virgin Galactic. These three have taken a lead in creating, in creating a framework wherein the space is completely redefined. If you look to SpaceX program, it orbited thrice. For 3 days it orbited, and that was completely an automated flight. There was no human intervention, neither at the time of launching, nor during the time of orbiting, nor at the time of entry, descent, and landing. So that's the power. Now you'll have to actually, the aerospace people will have to think of interplanetary travel. That is going to be the key for coming 10 years. When I say interplanetary travel, go and follow SpaceX. They are talking about building a community at Mars. So that is going to be the next move in airspace.
Thank you so much, sir, for the answer. The next question is from Aswin Benny. He wants to know, can you explain about internships? Is it available from the first year itself?
Can you explain about? Can you repeat that
Can
word?
you explain about internships? Is it available from first year itself?
See, the internship, you'll do a social service project after your first year, and then after your second year, you'll have to do a mandatory 6 to 8 weeks internship. We facilitate quite a lot about the internship, and then we have our own, curriculum which is designed, which can give you an opportunity to do an internship for both your 7th and 8th semester for the last year. And people are doing it in companies like Bosch, in other companies as well.
Thank you so much, sir. So there's another question from Vidhi Mahajan, that if the upcoming session continues in online mode, how would the lab work will be conducted?
We have worked quite a lot on simulations and lab orientations. Now, these lab orientation and lab simulation, web-based labs, I do understand that there is a lack of experiential learning, lack of touching a particular object, but believe me, the kind of translation of understanding we have risen to a level wherein you'll not miss on the learning aspect, but yes, experiential learning will ensure that it happens to you once everything goes normal and nominal.
Thank you so much, sir. I hope the query has been resolved. And then another last but not the least question from Prakhar Mishra. He wants to know that LPU has few center of excellence, how he'll be able to utilize them.
See, the center of excellence, if in civil engineering we talk about, we are building a center of excellence in building information modeling. When people are completely unaware in academia about the concept of building information modeling, we have understood it from the industry, and now with an industry from US, we are building the center of excellence for robotics, for mechatronics, for hybrid vehicles, for digital automation and digitalization of manufacturing. We are building center of excellences with Siemens. Center of excellences, they give you opportunity to look into real time how the industry is translating from today to tomorrow. You happen to meet a lot of experts from the industry, and you happen to work on the latest equipments, gadgets, and machinery, which are not academic for academic purpose, which are meant for the industry. So that is the privilege you get out of a center of excellence.
Thank you so much, sir. I think Prakhar, you are satisfied with the answer. Now with this, we come to the end of the session. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much, ma'am. So this session was on civil, mechanical, and aerospace engineering. And experts, your years of research, your depth of understanding the topic, and your ability to present the topic in such an interesting way produced one of the most wonderful evenings for all the attendees. So on behalf of all the attendees of this webinar, I want to thank you for your insightful presentation. Hopefully, the attendees found this webinar to be valuable and will be able to utilize this information provided in this webinar to take better decisions regarding admission. So thank you once again. I'm obliged and indeed gratitude for your valuable time.
Thank you. Thank you, Ms. Ruby, and thank you, Ms. Rachna. Please take care.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.